This is great. You guys having a good time? All right, this is your last comedian for the night. Welcome to the stage, the New York comedian extraordinaire, Mr. Chris Monte.
I like how every time everybody brings a bottle of water up there, they just leave it. It's like the recycling table over there. Look at that. What the fuck was that? Yes, I am from Brooklyn, New York. Yes. Not to be confused with Brooklyn, Ohio. That has happened to me. Just a few days ago, I was in line at a Dunkin' Donuts over here, and this guy behind me is having a conversation, so as is my birthright, I chimed in. We had a lovely conversation. It was really nice. I enjoyed it. We enjoyed it. And at the very end of the conversation, he asked me, figuring out something a little bit different about me, he asked me where I was from. I said, Brooklyn. Okay, it's a pretty established place, right? BK, the new Manhattan, all that fun stuff. He looks at me and goes, Ohio? Eyes, Mike, go ahead. Eyes open and everything. It was crazy. I'm standing there wearing a Super Bowl Giants t-shirt, a Mets cap, and I ordered a cup of coffee. You serious, guy? Come on. Common sense. I'm a big believer of common sense. I really am. Well, growing up in Brooklyn, New York, growing up, I remember one of the very first things I learned as a little kid growing up out there. That was, if you hear a big bang, you run the fucking other way. It's that easy, guys. It really is. Right? I would think so, right? Common sense, yes? Common sense. Not if you're a tourist. They just stand there looking around. This is fun, but maybe we'll get to see something. I'm not gonna rat on tourists too much. I love tourists, I really do. If you were ever a tourist in New York, give yourself a round of applause. That's good. I love tourists, because if I hear a fucking gunshot, I'm running right behind one of those guys. It's like a fucking human shield. And they're free! New York is so expensive. $20 for a pack of cigarettes, $15 for a beer, $5 for a bottle of water. But you want a tourist, they're free. It was about this time that I learned this very, very crucial life lesson, that it was time for me to go to school. Yes, and in my neighborhood, there were 3 schools to choose from. Public school, Catholic school, and Hebrew school. Okay? It's okay to laugh at that. Fucking thing. Anyway, so yeah, no, it was great. And parents lie. Oh my God, they lie when it's time to go to school. Holy shit. It's the greatest thing in the world. You're gonna get to play, you make all these new friends, we're gonna go to public school, okay? And yes! I'm gonna get to play and make friends all day. This is gonna be the greatest thing in the world. And they open the door, and you see one 5-year-old selling another 5-year-old for a bag of goldfish. And just to make matter, by the way, schools in Brooklyn are fucking bad. Yeah. And just when you think that's enough, Cruella de Vil pops up from the fucking corner and takes her cut. Holy shit, I'm like, no way, Mom, this is false advertising. No, I'm not doing this. This isn't happening. So we go to Catholic school. That's fun. I like Catholic schools, right? I'm Catholic. Yeah, Catholic school is a lot like public school. Except Cruella de Vil was a fucking nun. And she made you write the 10 Commandments 10 times, which is pretty hard to do when you're fucking 5 and you can't read. Like, wow. And God help you. Oh boy, God help you if you couldn't do this right, because then you'd have to go to the confession box. And in case you had anybody's ever wondering how to do one, it's really easy to make one. You take a metal box, you drill holes in it, you put a fucking heat lamp on top. Okay? No, it really isn't that scary. It's not that scary. It's more like a religious experience, being in one of those for an hour is like eating the fucking worm at the bottom of a tequila bottle, man. You're gonna fucking see God. You really will. I mean, it's crazy. And if you confess your sins and you're a really nice boy afterwards, the priest might give you your clothes back. So after much deliberation, I wasn't having that. After much deliberation and controversy in my family, it was decided that I am going to go to Hebrew school. I'm going to learn how to be a Jew. Yes. The only problem with Hebrew school, you had to be fucking Jewish to go. Okay? And I'm a first-generation Italian in this country. My mother goes to church every day. How are we going to pull this off? I don't know. So we started it. We tried it out. Okay, I'm learning to be a Jew. I'm as happy as can be. I had a yarmulke on my head. I'm fucking Catholic. It's great. So yeah, we're doing that. And I remember my grandmother used to have to pick me up from school, you know, right from church, which really wasn't that much of a walk, considering it was right across the street. She'd walk into that school looking like the Catholic version of a World War II survivor, man. Had the cloth around her head, always the same bag of dried matzah, didn't speak any English, and on her right hand, rosary beads. Right? Yeah, how'd we pull that off? Well, you know what she did? She told the church that the matzah was for the birds, and they thought she was a saint. She told the school that the crucifix around her arms were to keep away the Muslims, and it fucking worked. It fucking worked, okay? It did, until she made me lunch. Man, she made me the greatest lunches in the world. Some arugula, all right, fresh slices of mozzarella, some prosciutto, sandwiched in between two pieces of challah bread, okay? If you don't know what that is, it's a fucking delicious Jewish bread. And for a nice, delicious snack, some ricotta, a couple of slices of tomato, you know, slathered on a piece of matzah. All right. So after that, I got kicked out and we moved to Long Island. All right, guys, so you guys had a treat tonight. You know why? Because before you guys sat in those chairs, you had absolutely no idea that you were going to hear the very first, one and only Catholic Jew. I'm Chris Monte, that's my time. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Chris Monte, everybody. Had a good time tonight.